Nau mai, haere mai, and welcome to Assembly. And welcome to another stunning day. The sun's shining, birds are singing, and we're in the top school in the country. So realise just how lucky you are to be sitting where you are now. So, sit up straight. Make sure you pay attention throughout Assembly as we have some very important messages. Did you read a good book over the holidays? If so, you may want to submit your book recommendations using the link on Daily Notices. It takes about 3 minutes to do so, and you can see some of your recommendations up here in Assembly. There have been some great recommendations this week, so thanks to those students who prepare these every week. Well done. Please welcome Mr. Hargraves, Mr. Davidson, and the prefects to the stage.
Kia ora whānau. It's lovely to see you all here this morning. Hope you've had a good week, enjoying the cool, clear days that turn into brilliant sunny afternoons. Last Friday I spoke about your role in being part of our school community and how your actions impact on others, and the things you say and do can really make somebody's day better or worse, and how we need to be mindful of those things as we go about our business. Well, being part of our community also includes picking up your own rubbish. And I think we've got a photo to put up here, tech team. So, very exciting photo. I collected this at the end of lunchtime yesterday as I walked across the field and up the Hillary driveway. So in just a few minutes, I picked up that pile of rubbish. So we definitely have some lazy grubs amongst us. To me, leaving your rubbish for somebody else to pick up is like giving the big, thinking you're better than somebody else and they will clean up after you. The height of arrogance. You should clean up after yourself, of course. So, there's a reminder. Do your bit, keep our beautiful environment clean. And to those students who I see from time to time picking up other people's rubbish, and it's usually when I'm picking up rubbish, another student will say, "I can help you, sir," and they will pick up rubbish. You are absolute champions. Thank you very much. Right. Coming to school on time. Mr. Davidson is going to speak about that right now. He delivered a talk to Mansfield House on Tuesday, and I heard it was a good one, so I've asked Mr. Davidson to come and speak about us moving to class on time. Mr. Davidson.
Good morning. Sorry, Mansfield, you've probably heard of some of this before, but the point stands the same for all of us. House leaders, teachers have noticed that there's a lot of lateness going on. There we go. In fact, yeah, you can see there, that there is lateness, right? That is 8:34 and 18 seconds, right? 8:34 and 18 seconds on Monday. We can go to the next slide. And Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, and this morning. Oh, no, not this morning. Take it back. Well, it's not changed. It's fine. Don't worry about him. Stay there. It's fine. You can skip through. That's all good. Thought I had this morning on there. Right, flick on, let's go. We can pass on to the next thing. Yeah, don't worry about him, we'll move on to there. So, this is the other end of it. If you think this is a south side problem, because that was the bad in Mansfield Gate, let's go north side. 8:34, 18 seconds. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, this guy. So, why am I talking about 8:34 and 18 seconds? There's a reason. Those people are walking to school. They probably think they're on time because it's not 8:35 yet. They're not on time. They have about 40 seconds to get into class. Those people are not going to be in class in 40 seconds, right? They are not on time, they are late. And if you are coming to your House of Form class at 8:34 and 18 seconds, you are late. You need to be here. Why, you ask? Why is lateness a problem, right? Lateness is a problem because if you arrive at 8:34 and 18 seconds, you do not go to your locker, you do not go to the bathroom, you do not organize yourselves, you roll into your form class late, and everything has to stop and settle and wait for you to come in as well. You need to be here. You need to be here. Now, I'll flick on to that guy again, if that's okay. If we can move on to the next slide with that chap. Thank you. Every day, form teachers, house leaders, everybody gets excuses for lateness. Right? Those latenesses, excuses tend to be, it is raining. My mum made me late. Right? Sometimes it's foggy. The traffic is really bad. Right? These are not excuses. Why are they not excuses? They are not excuses because you knew that was going to happen. All right? You knew that traffic could be bad. You knew that it was raining. Right? You knew all of these things. And the one that really upsets me most is that my mum made me late. Right? Or my dad or my guardian, whoever. They made me late this morning. I've had this conversation with many students, in fact, one last week. And when I asked how far away from school they lived, they said 1.1 kilometres, right? They were late to school because their mum had made them late, yet they were 1.1 kilometre from school, right? I've also seen students catching buses at the top of the road, on Bleak House Road, down Macleans Road to school, and then telling me that the bus made them late. These excuses don't cut it, right? Now that guy I showed back on the slide, his name is Seneca, he's a Stoic philosopher, right? Stoicism is all about understanding our own behavior and looking at ourselves and how we can make ourselves better, right? One of the core ideas of Stoicism is expect your day to be terrible, right? And if it's terrible, then you'll plan and prepare for it. If you're optimistic, you'll be late and everything will go wrong because you're expecting it. So, in the future, you must ensure that you have planned, that you have thought, you know what traffic is, and most importantly, you are in school by 8:30. 8:30 is the time where you need to be here. You need to be in your form room, 8:35. You need to be in your house before 8:30. You need to be there. It's not just form class. It's form class. It's normal subject classes as well. Right? I see people running through the school at 1:10. The bell at 1:10 is just a reminder. You should already be on your way to class. So, anyway, enough of this. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is be on time. Don't be late. 8:34 is too late. Right? Just a reminder, we can't give your parents an attention, but we can certainly give you one. Right? Have a lovely day.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Mr. Davidson. So the takeaway there is you're coming through the gates at 8:30, so you can go to your locker, get your book sorted, go to the bathroom if you need to, and you're well inside form class before 8:35, and likewise for your other periods through the day. Okay, finishing this part of Assembly on a positive note, we had 80 students take part in the PISA testing yesterday. This is a global academic test to see where countries stand on a international ranking. The coordinator wanted to pass on some praise to those 80 students to say what a great, respectful bunch of students, neatly turned out with a good attitude. And I guess when we get things right as a school, this is the sort of feedback we get that bolsters your reputation and our school's reputation. So well done, and thank you to those 80 students for such a good job yesterday. Student acknowledgements, we have two this morning. The first is to do with kart sport racing. So William Edmondson. William, if you can come forward. In the school holidays, William from Kupe House won the 2025 New Zealand National Schools Championship representing Macleans. After qualifying second in challenging conditions, William managed to win the final, claiming the National Schools title. Karters from all over New Zealand travelled to the Bay of Plenty to compete in the Nationals, where William was proud to be representing Macleans. I think we had a photo perhaps up there to put up of William. William receives a red castle for winning the New Zealand Kart Sport title. Well done. Well done, William. Rugby. If we can have Jacob and Kalis come up, please. 2 members of the Macleans First 15 Rugby have been selected for the Blues Under-18 squad. So that's Auckland, North Harbour and Northland. So across the provinces, Jacob, Eli and Kalis Hempelman attended the Blues Under-18 Rugby camp during the recent school holidays. This is an amazing achievement for both of these players after having watched them play this season. I've seen them go. They're dominant players. They contribute a lot to the team. And I think this will be just the start of their representative careers. So congratulations, boys, on your hard work and being recognised at this high level. Well done, Jacob and Kalis. Well done, boys. Right, we're going to pause for a brief roll check there. Thank you. Well, we've got Phil to give an exam talk, so we want to be done by sort of 5:2. Oh, and we've got potentially about a 5-minute talk from Joseph Zane.
Righto, thank you. Just one notice from me today. All Year 12 and 13 students must remain behind at the end of assembly, please, plus any Year 11 students who are doing one or more Cambridge subject. So that's all Year 12, all Year 13, any Year 11 student doing a Cambridge subject, you stay behind when everyone else leaves. Mr. Goodyear needs to address you. Prefects.
Kia ora koutou. Good luck to the first 11 football boys on tonight versus St. Peter's at the Turf. They will be playing at 6 o'clock, so come down and support. Also to the first 15 rugby boys, good luck on your game tomorrow, and the Prem netball team on your game tomorrow as well. The Premier Boys basketball team won their game against Glendowie during the week, 40-25. Come along to the Macleans gym to support the boys next Tuesday at 6 p.m. with a big game against Howick. All the best to everyone representing the castle over the weekend or next week. Wear the uniform with pride and remember why the castle sits over your chest. Haere rā koutou, kia pai te mutu ngā wiki. Have a great weekend.
Good morning. Shave for a Cure will be happening next Wednesday on the 30th of July at lunchtime in the amphitheatre. So come down and support your brave peers who will be shaving or cutting their hair for a good cause. The final for Talent Quest is on next Monday after sit-down lunch. Come down and support the bands before the winner of Talent Quest 2025 is announced. On Tuesday next week is Teacher Appreciation Day. Put your compliments in the boxes in your House Commons. The cutoff for these is interval on Wednesday, as they'll be sorted and delivered on Thursday. On that note, Wednesday this week was Principal's Day. So to Mr. Hargraves, Mr. Mackenzie, and all our amazing deputy principals, thanks for everything that you do. Here's some appreciation from us to you. Friday next week is the annual Macleans College Gala Concert, the showcase of all of our premier performing arts groups. From concert band to kapahaka, cabaret to chorale, we have it all. Tickets are available through Event Finder, so don't miss this awesome opportunity to come and support. That reminds me, I keep trying to book out these tickets to the ABBA tribute concert. Every time I try, they're sold out. And I had another go this morning, same story, no tickets left. I said, Mamma mia, here we go again. Right, next, I'd like to, thank you. Next, we have another last word from one of our school prefects, Joseph. He's up here with us. He's going to share a little speech about leadership, but I'll let him tell you more. But before I do hand over the mic to him, I was going to tell you one more joke today about construction, but I think I'll save it till next week because I'm still working on it. Joseph?
If you've read the title, yes, it's true. Mr. Hargraves has a TV that comes out of his ceiling. Don't believe me? Stick around and I'll prove it at the end. At Macleans, leadership comes in many forms. You can captain a sports team, be appointed a prefect or peer support leader, or you can accidentally end up not running not one, but 2 extracurriculars, like me. And no, I don't have a clone. Well, not yet. Leading the news committee and digital leaders has been like running 2 companies. Both serve Macleans, but couldn't be more different. News committee is like the school newspaper, except with cameras and tripods. Digital leaders is like the school IT department, but more to do with audio and visuals. Both clubs had something in common. They were both broken. And fixing them became the biggest leadership challenge I faced. I joined the news committee in 2021, and by the end of 2022, the club was sinking. We had 2 members, just Nathan and me, and a mountain of events to cover, so I made changes. I opened up the club to all year levels because why wait till year 13 to learn how to take a good photo? We introduced badges because everyone loves a badge. I created new roles like the social media, graphics, writers, drone pilots, and the web team. We went from covering 15 events a year to over 50. And one of my favorite moments, they sent me on a school golf trip, supposedly just to take a few photos, and hilariously they put me in a golf cart. It was exhilarating, zipping in circles, going down the fairway, dodging teachers. I highly recommend it. And for legal reasons, I'm joking. News committee was finally becoming what it should have been all along, a place where anyone could join, can grow, and give back. Then came digital leaders. If the news committee was sinking, digital leaders was already at the bottom of the ocean. We had 100 members at one point, and maybe 7 doing the work. And by the end of the year, where was the leadership? Pretty disconnected. Then our old AV system, the one that used to power these assemblies, failed on day 1 last year, and the club collapsed. Nobody knew how to fix it, nobody wanted to, and at that point I had a choice. Walk away or fix it, even if it meant ruffling a few feathers. So I stayed, after school, week after week, and getting the odd look from Mr. Venter. I worked quietly and reverse engineered the system and brought it back online. This quiet win taught me more than any badge could, because leadership isn't about doing what's easy, it's about doing what's right. Speaking of doing what's right, one of my proudest, if not strangest moments happened in Mr. Hargrave's office. I was scheduled to have a conversation about all things conference gear, so I came in with my cables, a laptop, and the tech guy confidence. I barely sat when the ceiling opened up, and a massive flat-screen TV began to descend like something from Star Wars. It stopped, it lit up, nothing, just a blank screen. Mr. Hargraves glanced at it, totally calmed. Yeah, it's broken, no idea why. Long pause, I smiled and said, want me to have a look? So I crouched down, replugging cables, rebooting, trying not to sweat bullets, and finally the picture came back. Crisp and perfect. Without skipping a beat, I launched into my proposal. He didn't flinch, he just smiled, and he let me finish. That proposal and the docs and schematics that I wrote became the foundation of the school spending roughly 6 figures on a brand new system, one that I designed, spec'd, and helped build, one that is quite literally powering this speech. All right, back on topic. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So the good. I've watched my teams grow, stumble, improve, and succeed, and knowing that I played a small part in that is something I'll always carry with me. I know these clubs will outlast me because they're stronger than when I found them, and that to me is what leadership is all about. The bad. Mostly the cables, the late night emails, the last minute panics, and Annika, if you could, please turn off the band TV after school. Much appreciated. It's easy to talk about leadership like it's all wins and funny stories, but the truth is, it's not always pretty. Some of the hardest moments I've seen have been watching staff, dedicated teachers, pushed to the edge. Things gone wrong, stress levels through the roof, and sometimes even tears. And in some ways, I felt responsible, because when you hold influence, you hold accountability. So if I've learned anything from those moments, it's that leadership is also about empathy. It's not about making things work, it's about making things easier for the people around you, who already carry so much. And for any time that my chaos has added to your stress, I'm truly sorry. Leading these 2 clubs has been chaotic, exhausting, stressful, and one of the most fulfilling things I could have ever done. The news committee is as strong as ever, so please chuck us a follow. Digital leaders too, they're doing great, even if assemblies still have a few cock-ups. It's not me, guys, it's them, I swear. The lit charts of what I've learnt is that leadership is not about a title, it's about action. It's about knowing your team by name and being in their shoes. It's about accountability when things go right and when things go wrong. And it's also about fighting for what's worth saving, even if you are the only one fighting. People don't see how you do things, people don't see just what you do, they see how you do it. It's about the blood, the sweat, and yes, the tears you pour into something bigger than yourself. When I look back at these last few years, it's honestly surreal to see how far we've come, from a news community that almost disappeared, to a team that covers over 50 events a year, publishing content from traditional articles to TikToks. From digital leaders team on the verge of collapse to a functioning, dependable tech operation that powers assemblies and actively built and innovated and brought new tech to the space. And we're now even testing our own self-developed solutions to problems which we hopefully can publish to the world this year. It's just marvelous to watch. These weren't overnight transformations. They were slow, messy, frustrating, and annoyingly deeply worth it. And here's what I want you to take away from this. If you ever looked at anything in the school and thought, that could be better, you might be exactly the person to change it. You don't need a title to make an impact. You don't need to wait until year 13 to lead. You just need to start and commit to leaving things better than when you found them. Because systems, the clubs, the cultures we inherit, they aren't set in stone. They're shaped by the people who care enough to improve them. But before I close, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the future of both the news community and digital leaders. I've given them the space this year to lead early so they can grow, meander, shape these clubs in their own way, and build something even greater. Thalweg. Back to the title of the speech. If you're still doubting me about Mr. Hargrave's TV, you're welcome to book a meeting with him to find out for yourself. Just kidding, guys. Roll the clip. And that's my speech. Thank you so much. And reminder to all year 12 and 13 students remain, and year 11 students that are Cambridge remain behind, and everyone else off to period 1.
If this doesn't work, you're a dead man. Doesn't specifically need to go there.
No, it gets stick to anywhere.
Just plug it in. Good morning. Can you hear me? Yeah, good morning. I'll be really quick because I know we've all got to get off to class. So in week 6, CIE, you've got your set of exams, and they'll go Monday to Thursday, and Friday will be for catch-ups and clashes. And then in week 9, NCEA, you've got the same. So that's why I'm just going to talk to all the groups together. Year 11 students, if you've got a Cambridge exam, if it's in the morning, you don't get any study leave. If it's in the afternoon, you get the morning off for study. Other than that, you're in classes. NCEA, because we have more subjects, they will go for 5 days, and then the catch-ups will be the following Monday, so that's the Monday of week 10. Both sets of exams actually will be based on the IB block. On some of the bigger days, we'll be using the 4 block and C3. Some subjects have specialist rooms like some of the CADI subjects or computing, and so they'll be in a specialised room. The morning exams start at 9 o'clock, so that's the same time as you'd normally have period 1. Make sure you just like Mr. Davidson said this morning, make sure you're here well in advance so that you're not panicking and doing things at the last minute. Afternoon exams are timed to start the same time as period 4, so it should be quite easy to remember. Most exams are 2 or 3, or all exams are 2 or 3 hours, so your classroom teacher will tell you that in advance. The Cambridge exam timetable is up on the website, and the NCEA one will go up early next week. On the day, there will be timetables for that day, both outside reception on the whiteboard and also on some of the walls down in IB block. There is always someone who gets the morning and afternoon exams mixed up, so it's really important to double check and to talk to your friends or people who are in your classes just to make sure that you all know when the exam is. Remember, clear plastic bag with your equipment, and make sure that your calculator is working and that you know how to clear it for your exams where you have a calculator. You can bring in a drinking bottle, but it must have no labels on it. So if it's a pump bottle, get the label off, for example. You can't bring in one that's you can't see through. And obviously no writing or notes on your arms or on paper to go into the room. Watches and phones leave in your bag outside. It can get pretty crowded with the bags, so consider where you're going to put them. Bags are safe in the commons because of the security cameras, so it is a safe place to leave them. Maybe liaise with your house leader. Going into the exam room, as soon as the teacher, the supervisor starts talking to you, the exam conditions have started, so that means no talking to anyone else, no communication, even if it's looking at someone and smiling the whole time. As soon as that supervisor starts talking to you, you're in exam conditions. With the school exams, you need to stay the whole time. That's our school rules. End of year exams, you'll get more communication about that closer to the time because they are slightly different. It's unavoidable to not have any clashes. So if you are looking at the exam timetable and you see that 3 of your exams are on the same day, then that's a sign that you have 2 exams on at the same time. So you should receive an email from Mrs. Leader, who's one of our support staff, telling you which exam is going to be, and if it's for Cambridge, which exam is going to be on the Friday, and if it's NCA, which exam is going to be on the Monday. It is extremely important that you don't talk to anyone who has already sat the exam, and that goes 2 ways. If you have sat the exam, it is extremely important that you don't talk to someone about the exam either. that is considered cheating, and the consequences are serious. Now, all these exams, they could have to be used as evidence if you were unable to sit the end-of-year exam. And even one year when we had the pandemic, it affected everybody. So these exams are extremely important, not just as a milestone, but they could actually be the evidence that you have to use at the end of the year. If you're sick, on the exam timetable there will be a link where you can email that you're sick, and then we will arrange another one. Pretty typically we need really good evidence of your illness to miss an exam, but yeah, we certainly also don't want you sitting in an exam room. If you need to go to the toilet during the exam, it is inconvenient, but it does happen, so you put your hand up and just ask the supervisor. Try to go before the exam. Try not to drink too much before the exam as well. These exams are extremely important, so you should be, I'll talk to Cambridge first. Your end-of-year exams actually start, or even in the next holidays, but basically at the beginning of next term. So you should be in full study mode right now, if not prior to now. NCEA, some of those are internal, some of them are externals, of course, but once again, you should be in full prep mode, because these results will stay with you for the rest of your life. Obviously, they are very important, both for your reputation and for the school. Of course, we want you to do the absolute best. Okay, so thank you for your time. Off to period one.